Alright? So, kita na yung nasa screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, next is exercise number 2. So, it has your display sequence of numbers from 10 to 25. So, mag-start tayo ng 10 and then mag-end tayo sa 25. Okay? So, of course, initially, ang isa-set nyo is 10 since doon ka tayo mag-start. And then do while x is lesser than or equal to 25. So, while this one is true, then it will keep on looping. Okay? So, dito, initially, yung volume is 10. So, maglo-loop na siya. Plus 1 is 11. So, 11 is still lesser than 25. So, maglo-loop pa rin siya hanggang 25. So, pag na-reach niya na yung 26, saka lang siya titigil. Since false na yung statement. Okay? So, basically, ganun lang. So, ilang beses to maglo-loop? Question ko lang. Anyone? How many times this will loop? Anyone? Ito sa
2,
duwa.
sir.
Ha?
2?
2? 2 times siya maglo-loop? Bakit 2 lang?
15. 15, sir.
So, ang starting value natin, okay. So, ang starting value natin is 10. So, maglo-loop pa rin yan kasi 10 is lesser than or equal to 25. So, nag-increment lang tayo by 1. Ito. So, next one is 11. So, 11 is still lesser than 25. So, maglo-loop pa rin siya. Plus 1, 12. 12 is still lesser than 25. So, maglo-loop pa rin siya. So, dala-diretso lang yan. Okay, hanggang 18, 19, 20. So, 20 is still lesser than 25. So, yes, maglo-loop pa rin siya. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay? So, ilang beses siya nag-loop? Ba? May na-miss pa ako. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 10, 15. Parang may mali. 10, 11, 12, 13. Ayan. May na-miss ako. 14. So, ilang beses siya nag-loop?
16.
16. So, 5, 10, plus 6 is 16. So, basically, yung, ano yun?
So, ibibilang yung initial sa looping, yung 10.
Ba't ka nag-start? Okay, so initially, counted na to as 1. Okay, 11 hanggang 25, 15 na yun. So, laging plus 1 actually. So, 10 to 25. So, 25 minus 10 is 15. So, plus 1, which is yung initial value, 16. Okay? So, meron tayong do while, which is dapat true yung statement bago siya mag-proceed. Meron din tayong do until loop, which is dapat false yung statement bago siya mag-proceed. And then, meron tayong do loop while we're in post-test lang. Same lang din siya dito, pero nasa hulihan. So, dapat true ito bago siya mag-proceed. And then, false din to bago siya mag-proceed. Okay? And then, for using while, so, quite similar sila ng do while, pero nawala lang yung do at saka loop natin. And then, instead of loop, and while yung nandito. Okay? So, same na same yung nasa gitna. Or yung condition, kung papansin nyo yan. Same na same lang sila. Just a different format or just a different syntax. Okay? And then for next, using for next, x is equal to 10 to 25. Okay? So initially, lalagay mo lang yung initial value and then yung final value. And then yan, maglo-loop na siya kung ano yung start hanggang sa pinakalas. Okay? Exercise number 3, rewrite the code to output numbers from 25 down to 10. Okay? So kung meron tayong increment, 10 to 25, meron din tayong decrement. Okay? So again, ilang beses maglo-loop ito? Ilang beses maglo-loop yung exercise number 3 natin? Ilan guys? Ilan?
15.
Ilan? Ilan, Mr. Knight?
15, sir.
15?
Ata.
Ata? 15 is incorrect. So, wrong to. Okay? So, 16 pa rin. Mababaliktad lang naman eh. So, from 25, starting tayo ng 25. So, last one, decrementing na tayo. 24, 23 hanggang sa ma-reach niya yung 10. So, kung bibilahin mo lahat yan, 16 pa rin. Okay. So, 16. Correct. Okay. So, same lang din dito sa iba. So, just a different syntax. So, this one, dapat true. Ito naman, saan na yung isa? Ito, dapat false to. And then, kapag loop while, dapat true ito. And then, dapat ito naman false. Okay? And then, for while, so same lang din to sa do while natin. Okay? Na bago lang yung syntax ng konti. Pero same lang din sila. Okay? Dapat true din ito. And then, for next, so yung isiset mo lang dyan yung initial value and then yung final value. And then, kung paano yung step value niya. So, kapag decrementing, lagay nyo lang negative. Pag incrementing, lagay nyo lang positive. Okay? Alright. So, your turn. So, ito na yung pinaka-last na laboratory nyo. Okay? Ito na yung pinaka-last na laboratory nyo. Okay, so write codes that print all the odd numbers from 1 to 50 using do-while loop structure. Okay? So, ito na yung pinakamadali na yung pinili ko para hindi na kayo mahirapan. Question so far?
None, sir.
Alright. So, how about the others?
None, sir.
Okay.
Yes naman.
So, gawin nyo to. Well, ito pa lang itong mga example na to. Enough na to para mapakita nyo yung odd numbers. So, again, start tayo ng 1 hanggang 50. So, 1, 3, 5, 7 hanggang 49. Okay? So, exercise number 4. So, write codes that compute the squares and cubes of the integers from 1 to 10 with the following output. So, note, use this box. Okay? Property items. So, ito yung gagamitin lang natin. List box, isang list box, and then isang button to compute the square and then the cube. Okay? So, basically, 1 hanggang 10 lang tayo. Okay, 1 hanggang 10. And then, ano ba yung squared ng 1? Which is 1 pa rin. Ano ba yung cube ng 1? Which is 1 pa rin. So, for 2, ano ang squared ng 2? 4. Ano ang cube ng 2? 8. Ano ang squared ng 3? 9. So, anong cube ng 3? 27. And so on and so forth. Hanggang sa ma-reach mo yung 10. Okay? So, nandito na yung code. All you need to do is paganahin na lang to. Okay? Pero para mas ma-appreciate nyo siguro, papakita ko na lang sa inyo. So, para mabilis tayo, ikakopy ko na lang yung buong code. So, kailangan lang natin ng isang button at saka ng isang list box. Okay, palakihin ko lang to. List box. Okay? So, mapapansin niyo meron tayong label na number, square, and then cube. So, para malagay niyo yun, hanapin niyo lang yung properties mismo ng list box. Hanapin niyo yung items. And then, sa collection, click niyo lang yung triple dot. And magpapakita to. Okay? So, yung una is number, and then square, and then yung cube. Okay? So, ito na sila. So, palakihin ko lang ng konti para makita nyo. So, number, square, and then cube. Okay, so ito na yung po-program natin. So, double-click lang natin to. Okay, so tanggalin natin yung laman. So, nakopy ko na yung code. I-paste ko na lang. Okay, check natin. Baka magkaroon ng error. Okay, so I think wala naman. Okay, so initially, meron tayong number. Of course, yung 1, ito. So, initially, meron tayong 1 na value dyan. And then, nag-declare ulit tayo ng 2 variables para sa SQ or square root. And then, square and then cube naman para sa isa. Okay? So, kapag squared, i-squared mo lang yung number, literally. So, gagamit kayo ng exponential operator. Ito. Okay? Caret. Caret daw tawag dito. And then, for cube, of course, 3 yung gagamitin nyo. Okay? Raised to 3. Okay? And then, i-display natin siya sa list box 1. So, ito yung list box 1 natin. Ito. So, para ma-check yung pangalan, click nyo yung list box and then, tingnan nyo sa properties. Ito. List box 1. Okay? Oops. Ito. Okay? And then, kung papansin niyo sa loob ng close and open parenthesis, meron tayo nung variable no. Okay? So, ito na yon, yung 1. And then, yung squared ng number. So, ano ba yung value ng square natin? Ito. Number raised to. And then, for cube, or number pala, number raised to 3. Okay? Which is 1. And then, kung papansin niyo, gumamit tayo ng BB tab. So, kagaya ng sabi ko, pag gumamit kayo ng concatenation, pagdidikitin niya lang yung dalawang string. So, para magkaroon ng space, yung ginagawa natin dati is nilalagyan natin ng double quotation and then may space sa gitna. Okay? So, para maiwasan niyo yung magbilang ng ilang spaces, so gamit na lang kayo ng BB tab. Okay? So, another function to, or parang gano'n na function wherein bibigyan ka ng 5 spaces. Okay? BB tab and then BB tab ulit. So, 5 spaces, 5 spaces. Okay? So, gano'n lang naman. So, after niyang mailagay doon, magpa-plus 1 na siya. Okay? Hanggang sa ma-reach niya yung 11. Okay? So, bakit 11? Since maglo-loop siya 10 times. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mali pala, 2. Search siya sa 2 since yung initial value mo is 2. Okay? Loop until number is equal 11. Mali pala. So, kung naalala nyo, kapag until pala, false. Tama? Daligan natin. Itong dalawang to. While, loop until. So, kapag hanggat false pa rin ito, okay, magpo-proceed pa rin siya. Kapag true na, saka na siya mag-i-stop. So, dito kapag na-reach niya yung 11, yung number is equal to 11, which is true na to, saka na siya mag-i-stop. Okay. So, nakasanayan ko yung dual. So, ang ginamit dito is post-test since nasa hulihan yung condition code natin. And then, until yung ginamit, so dapat false ito. Kapag true na to, saka lang siya mag-i-stop. Okay. So, test natin. Alright. So, compute. Ayan. Okay. So, 10, 100, 1,000. So, dapat i-save lang. Okay. So, nag-loop siya 10 times. So, any questions so far? Question?
Answer.
Alright. Okay, proceed na tayo sa next. So, ito yung code niya. So, pwede nyo copyin din ito. Parang yung ginawa ko lang kanina. Okay, so, ito naman yung solution using while. Okay, while and then end while. Okay, so, pwede nyo gawin yan. Which is same lang din yung output. Okay, so, another activity. So, hindi ko na ibibigay. Tayo na mismo gagawa na ito. Ngayon din. Or ako lang. Ako lang din pala magpo-code. So, write codes that print the degrees Celsius from 5 to 45. So, starting is 5 degrees Celsius to 45 degrees Celsius. And then, magja-jump siya by 5. So, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, hanggang sa ma-reach niyo yung 45. So, with their equivalent degrees Fahrenheit as follows. So, ito na yung sample output. So, gagawin na lang natin is papalabasin natin to. Okay? So, since nandito na to, i-modify ko na lang to. So, meron naman na tayong list box, meron na tayong button. So, hindi ko na babaguhin yung sa button. Ito na lang. Sa list box na lang. So, papalitan ko lang to into degrees Celsius. And then, Fahrenheit. Tama ba? degrees na lang. Ayan. Okay? So, meron tayong degrees and then Fahrenheit. Celsius pala yun. So, palitan din natin. Celsius. Okay? So, check natin to kung ano yung pag magagamit natin. So, initially, yung value natin is 5. So, instead of number, gawin natin tong cell na lang. Celsius. And then, yung isa is Fahrenheit as integer. Okay? And then, so gamitin pa rin natin to. Do loop until so pag naging true na to, saka lang siya mag-stop. Wherein, 50 of course, titigil na siya doon since true na ngayon. So hanggang 45 lang yung value natin. 5 to 45 lang. Okay? And then, so since hindi ko kabisado yung formula ng pag-convert ng Celsius to Fahrenheit, so search natin. Celsius to Fahrenheit. Formula. Okay, so ang ginamit nila dito is yung degree Celsius times 9 divided by 5 plus 32. Okay, so kinukuha natin is Fahrenheit since given na yung Celsius. Cell times 9 over 5 times 9 divided by 5 plus 32. Okay, lagyan ko lang ng groupings. Hindi natin kailangan to. So, Celsius to nasa una. And then, Fahrenheit. So, tanggalin ko lang yung mga hindi kailangan. So, ayan. VB tab. Again, gamit yan is 5 spaces. And then, cell na to. So, mag-i-increment siya by 5. Cell na rin to. Okay? So, starting is 5. Hanggang sa ma-reach nyo yung 50. So again, bakit 50? Kasi pag na-reach nyo na yung 50, mag-i-stop na siya doon. Hindi niya na ipapakita yun. Okay? Compute. So ayan. 5, 10, 15, 20 hanggang 45. So dapat same lang to sa isa. So nabalik. Okay? So 45 is 113, 40 is 104. Check natin. Ayan. So same lang sila, 113 and then 104. Right, so any questions so far?
None, sir.
Okay. So I hope yung iba, na-gets nyo din. So kung may question kayo, feel free to ask me anytime. Okay, so next is exercise number 5. Okay, so the bank charges 12% simple interest. So simple pa daw yan. Okay, so sobrang laki niyan, 12% charge on the amount per annum. So write a B program that allows the user to input for the amount loan. So yung hiram mo, and then the number of years, kung ilang years mong gustong bayaran yung inutang mo. And then compute and display the lump sum amount for each year. Okay? So meron tayong formula. Ito na yung formula na gagamitan natin. So para ma-compute natin yung lump sum, so gumamit na ng variable AMT is equal to P. So tong P na to is yung amount na heheramin mo sa isang bangko. Okay? And then 1 plus, so itong R na to is ito, yung interest rate. Okay, which is 12%. So gawin nyo lang dito is 0.12 times T. So yung T natin is number of years to pay. So kung yung T mo dito 7, then 7 ilalagay mo yun. So depende. So depende sa text box 2 mo mismo. So we only have 2 text box 1 and then text box 2. Okay? So nandito naman na yung sample code. I think yes. Ito nga. Okay. So copy ko muna. And then, isa-isahin natin. So, dito, tatanggalin ko na yung nasa collection. Why? Kasi meron na tayo dito by default, I think. Ayan. So, naglagay na siya. Okay? So, list box that items that add is year and then amount per year. So, itong nakikita nyo dito, itong year saka amount per year, ito na yun. Okay? Nag-add na siya manually. So, pwede kang mag-add via code, pero kung nahihirapan ka naman, o hindi mo masyadong kabisado, so pwede naman sa properties. Lagay ng ginawa natin kanina dun sa collection or item collection. Lagay nyo lang dito. Okay? So, since meron na dun, ito na yung gamitin natin. Okay? So, may mga errors, check natin isa-isa. So, may error yung text box 1 since wala naman tayong text box 1. So, kailangan natin maglagay ng text box. And then, another text box for number of years to pay. So, gawin ko lang multi-line to para ma-resize natin. Oops. And then, a label para sa amount, loan, and number of years to pay. Okay, palakihin ko lang. So, amount to loan. Amount to loan. And then, number of years to pay. Okay? Palakihin ko lang dito. Okay. So, ito yung po-program natin wherein nailagay na natin. So, P is equal to text box 1. So, wala na siyang error since na-declare na natin or meron na yung text box 1. And then yung list box natin, may error pa rin since ang pangalan nito is list box, hindi naman LB. Okay? So, kompletuhin na lang natin para mawala yung error. List box what, that items that add. And then, same with this one. Oops. Okay? So, yan. Okay, so analyze natin. So, nag-declare siya ng 3 variables. So, yung amount, which is ito. Okay? And then, P is yung loan na heheramin mo, wherein manggagaling siya sa text box 1. Of course. Ito. Oops. Ito. And then, P is yung number of years to pay, which is your text box 2. Okay? And then, sa natin kukunin yung P, of course, sa text box 1 nga. And then, naglagay lang tayo ng labeling, which is yung year saka amount per year. Which is, so, hindi siya magpapakita doon. Ito siya. Year saka amount per year. And then, yung susunod is yung computation na. Okay? So, pupunta dyan is 1, 2 kung hanggang ilan yung range ng value ng number of years to pay mo. Okay? Pero bago yun, nag-compute muna siya ng amount. So initially, yung default na years mo is 1. Okay? So minimum mo na to, pinaka-minimum na is 1. Hindi pwedeng months. Pinaka-minimum na yung 1 year. Okay? So amount is equal to P times 1 plus R times T. So yung P is magagaling sa text box 1. And 1 plus R is, yung R mo is of course 0.12. So nilagay na dito constant, R as single, which is 0.12. Times T, which is yung T mo, ito ngayon, initially 1. Okay? Hanggang sa, magdadagdag na naman siya. Of course, maglo-looping siya hanggang sa true ulit to. So, kapag nilagay mo dito is 3 years, okay? Kapag naging false na to, we're in 4 is not lesser than 3. So, ang mangyari lang yan is titigil na yung looping. Pero kapag 3 is lesser than or equal to 3, so, magpo-proceed pa rin siya. So, basically, 1, 2, 3, parang ganun. Okay? And then, ayun na. So, paulit-ulit lang yan hanggang sa ma-reach na yung condition. So, para ma-test natin, check natin. So, amount to loan, say 3,000. Okay, cheap naman, utang pa sa bangko, 3,000. Okay, number of years to pay. So, let's say, gusto mong bayaran 5 years. So, compute natin. So, yan yung mga babayaran mo in 5 years. So, first year is 3,360. 3.7 hanggang sa 4. Okay? So, 12% interest yan per annum. Okay, so, pag 300,000 yan, in 5 years, ayun, nadagdag. Okay, so gawa tayo ng clear button. So, magdagdag lang ako. Clear. This box, one that clear. $100,000, 5 years, compute clear. Hindi gumagana yung clear natin. X box 1 that come to think of it, never pa ako nag-clear ng list box. Puro text box.
Wala, mamaya tayo pa.
Okay, explore natin to. List box 1 that items, color begin, bring to front, clear selected. Wala yata. Idayain na lang natin.
Mag-iisang linggo na. 24 hours lang daw ang ano, pagka yung nakadikit siya iPad, walang buhay siya.
I-test natin. Ayaw pa rin. That item. Teka lang. Items that clear. Yan, palalaan ng items. Okay, test ulit natin. 100,000 in 5 years. Okay, clear. Ayan. Okay, so idagdag lang pala natin yung that items that clear. Alright? So, any questions so far? Question?
None, sir.
Hello? Question, guys?
None, sir.
None, sir.
50 years. So, yun. Sobrang laki na ng babayaran. Anyway.
Close.
Okay, so proceed na tayo sa next. So, exercise number 6. So, a bank offers a car loan at the rate of 15%, compounded monthly. So, write a program allowing the user to input for the loan amount of the car and the period of years to pay. So, compute and display the monthly payments to amortize the loan and determine the total amount at the end of the period. So, ito yung formula natin. So, what is this I? I don't allow user to input the loan amount and then monthly payments. Same pa rin naman. Amortize the loan, determine the amount, the total amount. So pinapa-compute, nasan na yun? So pinapa-compute sa atin yung total amount at the end of the period. Okay? Which is, I think, ito na yun. So na-compute na pala siya dito. So no need na nating ilagay pa yun. Okay, so yung total contribution may sinadagdag. Ito na yung pinaka, let's say, ito yung pinaka-recent, 198,000. So, nagbayad ka ng 18,000. So, madadagdag lang dito. Ito na yung total amount na na-contribute mo in 12 months, 216,000. Okay? And then, this one, N is equal to years times 12 months. Okay, so of course, in 1 year, meron tayong 12 months. In 2 years, meron tayong 24 months. Okay, so multiply mo lang kung ilan yung years. So yung N na to, ito na yung parang counts of months. And then itong P na to is I think yung 36,003. Saan na to? Letter A is what? Amount to loan. Ito yung ating amount. Inara mo, let's say 200,000. And then yung formula is 1 plus raised to I kung ilang months. And then raised to I. Kasi N is years to pay. Compounded interest. Or ito yung interest. 15% minus 1 divided by I, 1 plus I raised to N. So anyone who wants to know letter I? Anyone who wants to know? Anyone who knows letter I pala. So compounded interest is 15, which is 15 divided by 12. So I think ito ang interest natin. Letter I is interest since makakompute mo naman na pala dito. So compounded interest is 15%. So 0.15 divided by 12. So sa calculator, ang gagamitin natin is 0.15 divided by 12. So ito yung interest niya. Okay, 1.25. Plus 1 pa yan since meron tayong 1 plus dito. Or plus 1. And then raised to N. Okay. So let's say 2.25 na to plus 1. It's 2.25 raised to N. Let's say 1 year. 12 months. Raise. Nasaan ang raise natin dito?
Yung ano nga, yung tawag na dito yung isa, may dapat yung
Oops. Standard scientific. Okay, so 2.25 raised to square root naman yun. 2.25. Ano ba yung raise natin? So, mag-input ka ng value. Ayaw ka na yung calculator na yan. So, gagamit na tayo ng scientific calculator. Okay, so kung may mga scientific calculator kayo dyan, gamitin nyo na rin. So, 2.25 raised to 12. Okay. So, 1,000, 16,000 pala, 6,834 minus 1 minus 1. So, 16,833 point something. Divide pa natin yan. Divide pa natin yung sagot. Sa I is... nalito na ako. So, kailangan natin ng paper kapag kailangan natin mentally or manually. Anyway, gayahin na lang mismo natin tong formula and then tignan natin kung ano yung lalabas. Kung same lang ba dito. Okay? So, nandito na yung code. Analyze natin isa-isa mamaya. So, lagay ko lang siya sa button natin, sa compute button. Same pa rin ba? Meron tayong amount to loan. Ito, amount to loan. And then, number of years to pay. So, gumamit na siya ng numeric up-down instead of a text box. Numeric up-down. So, palakihin ko lang. So, I think mag-e-end na to kasi 1 minute na lang natitira. So, itutuloy natin to mamaya. Okay? So, may mga question kayo, tanungin nyo na lang mamaya ulit. Okay? So, for now, kung wala na, leave na kayo ngayon since patapos na rin to. Okay, wala na tayong enough time. So, sa part 3 na lang yun. Okay, so yan ko na to para makontinue natin agad-agad yung mamaya.